Hello, everybody. My name is Jay. I'm one of the expert teachers here at E2 Language. Today, you're going to do a little listening part B with Dr. Mark Draper, who will be discussing what?
I will be leaving a message for a dietitian, so please listen very carefully.
All right, here we go. Okay, so let's do this listening part B. Just before you hear the audio, just remember that it's probably best to ignore these answer options while you're listening. What I really want you to do is just to listen very carefully for the answer to this question in the audio, and then when the audio finishes, check the answer options and select the one that you think is right. Okay, away you go.
Now look at question 25. You hear a doctor briefing a dietitian about a patient. Now read the question.
Hi, Carol. My name is Mark Draper, and I'm calling from Maven Medical. I've just had a patient in by the name of Ella Fitzsimmons. Ella's got some concerns about her weight. She's 42 years old and otherwise quite healthy. Her BMI is 29.9, and she wants to get it down to about 22 if possible over the next few months. She's been on a paleo diet for quite a while, but it doesn't seem to be having much of an effect on her. But worryingly, she's eating quite a lot of red meat. She was drinking quite heavily, about 4 to 6 glasses of red wine a day, but she's managed to reduce that. And as for her exercise regimen, she's getting in about 30 minutes a day, which is probably sufficient. Anyway, I'll send through a bit more information later on, but I just wanted to give you a bit of a background. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, how did you go answering that one? Before I show you the answer, what we're going to do is something a little bit different. We're going to turn this listening part B into a reading part B. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So listening part B and reading part B are actually quite similar. One is an audio and one is a text. So what I've done is I've taken what Mark Draper said there in the transcript and I've put it here as your reading text. And I've constructed this one as a reading part B question. So I'm going to give you 60 seconds now to treat this as a reading part B and to make sure what you heard in listening part B was correct. Your 60 seconds starts now. If you do need more time, feel free to pause the video. Cool. On test A, you should spend about 2 minutes on each of those reading part B questions, but because you had already heard it in the listening part B, I thought I'd just give you 60 seconds. Okay, let's break this question down to make sure we've got it 100% right. And let's start with the question prompt. So you hear a doctor briefing a dietitian about a patient. That's the context statement. What is he most concerned about? This is the critical part. What is he worried about? What is concerning him? Is it the overconsumption of red meat? Is it what's her name? Ella Fitzsimmons is drinking alcohol too frequently? Or is it the length of time that Ella has been spent dieting? So let's go through this. So, hi, Carol. My name is Mark Draper. I'm calling from Maven Medical. I've just had a patient in by the name of Ella Fitzsimmons. Ella's got some concerns about her weight. She's 42 years old and otherwise quite healthy. Her BMI is 29.9. She wants to get it down to about 22 if possible over the next few months. She's been on a paleo diet for quite a while. Okay, she's been on a paleo diet for quite a while. So this relates to this one here. Now, is there much concern or worry expressed in this statement, especially when it says, but it doesn't seem to be having much of an effect on her? Is there anything in that that expresses concern or worry? I would say no. So I'm not happy with C. I'm not going to choose C because the doctor hasn't expressed concern about that dietary, or the length of time spent dieting. Let's keep reading here. But worryingly, she's eating quite a lot of red meat. Okay, this is such a critical little term here because here we have the synonym for concerned, and here we have the key word worryingly. She's eating quite a lot of red meat. So here we have overconsumption of red meat. I'm happy with that one. I'm going to select that one. But let's just make sure that B is wrong so we can rest assured. So she was drinking quite heavily. Check that out. That's interesting. She was drinking, not she is drinking quite heavily. She was drinking quite heavily, about 4 to 6 glasses of red wine per day, but she's managed to reduce that. Okay, so drinking alcohol too frequently is wrong. So we've got our answer. There's something mentioned about exercise here, and there's a little sign off, but practically that's not part of it. The correct answer there is 1A, overconsumption of red meat. How did you go? Did you manage to get that right? If you did, please put a little smiley face or something into the chat. Hopefully you found that helpful, looking at, first of all, listening to the listening part B, and then actually reading the transcript as a reading part B. I think that's a good way to sort of practice this. Cool. One last thing I just want to tell you before you go is that we have an awesome mini mock test at E2 Language. So if you are preparing for the OET and you don't want to just spend the $500 upfront to take the test because you don't know if you're going to pass or not, if you sign up to e2language.com for $59 at the moment, we've got a special offer. You get full access to our Express course, which gives you all of the overviews, methodologies, practice questions, 25 live classes, and much, much more. Plus, you get the mini mock test with feedback as well, which includes writing feedback from our teachers, scored reports with comments, speaking feedback, and importantly, it gives you exam-like simulation. So if you haven't taken the OET test before and you want to get an idea of it, do the mini mock test. If you have taken the OET test before and you've been unsuccessful but don't know why, take the mini mock test because it will identify what you're doing wrong. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe.